Hey everybody, this is about tea ceremony and what you kind of gain from tea ceremony. What's the practice of tea ceremony like? So like Gong Fu Cha and Cha Dao are very different. Like Gong Fu Cha is a very social one, so I'm gonna speak to Cha Dao and what's that practice like? So essentially, like you're pretty much communing with the divine feminine when you're in Cha Dao tea ceremony because you're in a state of reception. You're just receiving the tea, you're receiving that water, you're receiving what comes to you, and you're meditative, you're being really present, and you're just receptive. You're really in that, you're digging into that divine feminine practice and that divine feminine energy. And yeah, like doing it every day is a way to cultivate like mindfulness. You'll realize that you become more grounded. The practice of grounding, just giving yourself a little break. If I'm doing chowda ceremony for me and one other person, it takes about half an hour. And if I'm doing it with like a third person, then it's about 45 minutes or an hour, depending on how chatty you get at the end. And yeah, I mean, it takes about half an hour for me for two people. And that's like it's not like really lengthy. It's not odorous. It is a nice way of sharing presence with another person. So you really do tap into their energy and their presence. Um, you can do tea ceremony just for yourself as well. Uh, and that would probably take around half an hour as well. Uh, I mean, less if you're using less water. Uh, but the practice of tea ceremony is really about like it is about the Tao. Really, it comes down to like Taoist philosophies of like following the energy, becoming really attuned to energies, like following the flow of what's going on around you, being really mindful so you can be aware of your own energy and not be projecting on other people or throwing your energy around or taking up too much space. Just take up the space that you need to cultivate your life energy and don't make yourself too big, don't make yourself too small, like just allow yourself to be, allow yourself to expand and grow and become aware and to slow down. Tea ceremony is a lot about unwinding, relaxing, becoming more present, becoming just allowing life to kind of unfold with you instead of you trying to like plan and push. And it's not a yang practice. There's no like divine actualization or like doing these spiritual techniques, doing these five spiritual techniques that will help you gain mastery over yourself. Like it does, it's a yin approach. So it does lead to self-mastery. It does lead to self-awareness, but it's coming from a very divine feminine approach of like allowing that awareness to arise, allowing that process to take the time, allowing the tea to steep, allowing yourself to be undistracted, like the whole chazi, your altar, your tea altar, um, everything that you have is minimal. It's meant to like strip away distractions. The Tao is not about putting more things in, it's about removing things and becoming more aware of presence, more aware of your divine energy, essentially. So yeah, it's not about doing anything necessarily. It's about sitting and being with and being in presence with and allowing that presence to fill up your cup and to nurture you and nourish you. And um, I think a lot about the Divine Mother and how like the Divine Mother is welcoming, is nurturing, is filling your cup, is soothing, is accepting you as you are, you know. Seeing you as you are. No need to fix yourself, no need to heal yourself, no need to, meditate so that your energy is on point. Just come as you are and sit down and just spend a moment. Just be here and allow that healing just to happen at its own rate. Like tea ceremony is healing. You are allowing spirit just to be with you and flow with you, and you're communing with your like not just Yeah, when I talk about spirit, I'm talking about things beyond yourself, like the collective consciousness or whatever, like things that are beyond you, but you're also communing with your own spirit and your own sense of awareness and your own understanding, because that is also divine. Like your essential essence is divine. You know, you are like when we talk about God, it's probably easier if we talk about divinity because like collectively, all of our divine sparks together, we are like the divine flow. We're the collective unconscious. We're the Tao. We're the living energy that's flowing through everything that's divine and healing and good. But you are a part of it as your own divinity is a part of that larger divinity. So like it's like as a human, I'm only one human, but I'm a part of all of humanity. It's the same thing with your like your awareness, your touch point is divine and you're giving yourself time to be with that divine spark, being with that divine part of you, being with that small, quiet voice of wisdom that you can only hear wisdom when you're not distracted because wisdom doesn't yell at you, it doesn't shout at you. It's really calm, it's really quiet, and it's always there with you. And when you're doing tea ceremonies, you're Cha Dao, like you're being quiet. You're stilling your inner voice, you're grounding yourself, you're coming out of fight or flight, you're mindful, you're aware, you're practicing your intention, you're allowing the universe to, like, you've been giving out and sowing your wild oats through your life, doing this, doing that, doing the other thing. And in tea, you're just sitting and you're allowing all the energy to come back to you, just allowing that energy to come back to, for you to be receptive to see, like, what's coming back to me, you know? What am I, yeah, what's coming back? What can I receive? What can I be aware of? What can I hold? And it's pleasurable too. Like it's enjoying your senses. It's not about like massification or like denying yourself for the point of self-enlightenment. It's about honoring your senses and nurturing yourself and cultivating a good relationship with yourself, cultivating a good relationship with your senses. Like even when they talk about how much tea do you use, normally it's 5 milligrams, but or 5 grams, but honestly, you just use as much as you like. It's according to your preference. So if you like really dark tea, you use more tea leaves, and if you like light tea, you use less tea. And say you don't like the traditional fermented puree tea, use the kind of tea you like. Say you don't like doing it at night, you want to do it first thing in the morning, do it first thing in the morning. It's completely customizable according to your preferences and according to what works with you. Ideally, tea would be like a practice that you do. It's not like something you learn one and done, and it's like a party favor that you do for your friends when they're done with yoga. You'll do a tea ceremony. Like it's supposed to be a personal practice, something that you can come home to and do. And uh, like all practices, sometimes you're more into it than other times of your life. So you might have times where you're doing tea a lot, and there might be times where you're not as close to the practice, and that's okay. But it is meant to be a practice. It's not supposed to be something you learn and then you can kind of pull out like a party favor. It's supposed to be a practice. Like you're yeah, it's not just making a cup of tea because everyone likes a cup of tea. It's tea ceremony. It's you're honoring the tea. You're honoring the tea leaves. You're honoring the elements that grew the tea, that brought the tea here, that you're now communing with the tea and the tea is communing with you. And you're yeah, it's meant to slow you down and bring you into presence. Like a lot of us struggle with Uh, I struggle with a lot of people, neurodivergent especially, struggle with meditation, not because they're not mindful, but because they can't sit still. Like I do well with tea ceremony. It's a moving meditation and it's quite enjoyable. And I love sharing meditation with other people. So it's a way of communing spirit to spirit with other people and being mindful together, doing something that cultivates the spirit together. So that's a little bit of what tea ceremony has brought me. It brings me a lot of joy, a lot of peace, a lot of awareness, a lot of comfort. Like I really enjoy doing it. And you can go as deep as you want to. Say you want all the bells and whistles and you want all the fancy tea stuff, you can go there. But you can also keep it simple and just use what you've got. It's about cultivating your awareness. Your awareness and your intuition are really the important part, the activating factors of tea ceremony. Tea ceremony is just about like meeting, having a meeting place for your intuition, having a meeting place for your spirit, like coming back to yourself, like communing with yourself in quiet. And then when you open up for public, like after 3 rounds of Cha Dao, you can speak. And then when you are speaking, you're speaking from a place of like being grounded and not just spouting out whatever is on the top of your mind, like whatever you saw on Instagram or whatever was the latest thing you did. Like you're rooted in your practice and you're thinking about like, what can I say that would elevate? What can I say that would bring awareness to this relationship? What can I say that would nourish this relationship? You're not just sounding off. Like you've taken the time to ground in that silence with your spirit, and you is a lot more conscious connection when you're having tea with someone else. You can have, yeah, different forms of connection and awareness. So yeah, those are the sorts of things that tea ceremony brings into your life if you're practicing regularly. And like, don't be hard on yourself if you can't practice regularly, like being ashamed of like, oh, I only did it like once last week. Don't worry about it. Just come back to the ceremony, come back to pouring tea. Um, the main thing is to treat it with respect and not as a party favor. That's kind of it. Just like be thankful for the honoring of the lineage, everyone that's passed down this lineage. Thank the ancestors. Thank yourself for showing up. Thank your ancestors for bringing you. Thank the ancestors of the tea ceremonies for bringing the tea ceremony. Like be in a mindful awareness with all those elements. And but yeah, don't stress about not being able to do it often if you find that you're really busy or you just haven't been able to. Like it is a practice and uh it's good to be respectful, but you don't have to worry about ebbs and flows of practice and of life, because that's also part of the Tao too, is that the river flows, the river will flow. And sometimes it's in, yeah, sometimes you'll be practicing a lot and sometimes you won't be practicing, and that's okay. Uh, but yeah, the teachings are for you to have a practice, however that looks like for you, and yeah, customize it according to what what yeah, customize it according to you, like what's beneficial for you. How do you like to serve tea? How do you like to, like I'll pass on what I know, but everyone adds their own flavor. So feel free to have flavor, feel free to have like, as long as you're honoring the traditions and you're covering the basic elements, uh feel free to put your own spin on it. Like some people take the bowls up to their heart and they spin it. Some people don't. Some people, yeah, like I mean, there's different flavors. Like I have a little incense that I burn, like a tiny little one, during ceremony, and then it'll usually burn out halfway through tea ceremony. Uh, the person I know has like this dried out cotton plant that's really beautiful. Uh, Everyone has their own flavor. Yeah, it's pretty neat. Everyone serves tea differently too. So if you sit with different people for a tea ceremony, you'll notice like the spirit of the tea ceremony, what it's teaching, what it's bringing is the same, like awareness, calmness, meditation, practice, respect, wisdom. But how each person holds that tea ceremony is different. And so, yeah, you're a part of a long, robust lineage of cultivating presence and practice through the senses. All right, take care. Bye.